How are you?
Good. I feel good. Feel great. So better than ever, quite honestly. So the miracle of modern medicine. Yeah.
What was it like seeing someone else sort of take charge of the defense for a day?
Well, I was there right up until really the day of the game or day before the game. So that's part of the preparation. But I got a good staff of guys, and Chris Simpson coached with me for a long time, and Jordan Peterson, and just the rest of the guys. I don't want to leave guys out, but I knew they could handle what needed to be done. Any slack there was more than made up for, and I thought Jordan did a really good job of calling the game and doing things, and you see the results. So nobody's irreplaceable. I just hope I'm not Wally Pipp. You know who Wally Pipp was. So anyway, it was great to see. It was kind of weird to watch on TV, but I only knew a little, could see only certain things of what the TVs show. So I kind of felt I knew what we were doing, but hard to see it all. But it was it was unique. I don't want to do it really anymore, but it was a unique experience, and probably something that I needed to do. So there you have it.
Were you able to watch it live then?
Yeah. I had this procedure done on Thursday. I was home on Friday and walking around. So it was just something that I knew about for a long time, and was hopeful that it would just keep holding off. But I'm thankful for Dr. Salazar, my cardiologist at Lawrence Memorial, and that connected the dots and got me hooked up with the right people at KU Med, and they're kind of the gurus of this procedure that they did. And I'm like really thankful that I'm here and got the care that I did. So I think that fast tracked me back to where I am now.
So what stood out to you then?
What's that?
What stood out to you about the game then a couple days ago?
What stood out?
Yeah.
I thought watching on TV, I thought we were really physical up front, which is, we're making a big deal about that and have been for a long time. It's something we needed to see, we needed to do, and I felt like guys were really getting after them up front. And I know they might not be the best offensive line we're going to face all year, but they're scholarship football players, and I thought we really dominated the line of scrimmage and played in the backfield a lot, and that stuff is really encouraging, because that's something that hasn't always happened around here. So thankful for that. And so things that we just talked about of stopping the run really didn't allow many big plays. I mean, they had one run that was more of us than them, and quarterback scrambled a couple times, but really they didn't get away from us other than that. And so we held that down. I thought then our third down stopping percentage was really good. So when you can do those kind of things, you always give yourself a chance to play well and win, and those kind of things stood out.
You mentioned being physical on the defensive line in that game. How big of a test then is this Illinois offensive line?
Well, it's going to be different for sure, right? We're playing against really a quality team that's got a very experienced offensive line. They have a mentality of that's who they are. So I think they embrace the physical mentality, and they're going to come after you and punish you, and so it's going to be we'll see. We'll see how far we've come. But like I said, we're not backing down from that challenge at all. So looking forward to seeing if we can continue to take another step in that direction.
Just watching the tape of Illinois' QB, kind of what stands out in his film?
Yeah, he was better than I thought he was going to be, just based on maybe the past. But I thought he was really good with his feet. Probably ran better than thought he was going to. I thought he was a really good decision maker. They have a lot of RPO plays and things like that. I thought when he should have gave it, he gave it. When he should have ran it, he ran it. When he should have thrown it, he threw it. So I thought he was a really good kind of a good athlete and a good player, and really managed their offense pretty well.
You mentioned his running ability, and I feel like that's something he hadn't really shown previously. So when you see something like that, that's kind of an aberration or other normal, how do you know how seriously to take that, for lack of a better word, in your preparation?
And what we do, I mean, they have the plays where he's an option to run the ball, so you always have to have a defense for that. So you can't just say, well, the quarterback's not a running threat, he won't run it, and you can scheme certain things, you know, with that in mind. I don't think you can do that with him. You got to kind of play it more honest and understand that if you don't take care of your responsibilities, he will run. We also need to do a better job, probably, you know, in some ways. Last week we kind of opened up some rush lanes for, you know, their Missouri State quarterback to run through, and we've kind of addressed that and what we got to do better in that area. So we certainly don't want to do it with a guy like this who's probably even got better feet.
Lance had some nice thoughts about Hayden Hatcher. I just wonder what you've kind of observed through his development progression since you first got here.
Yeah, I think Hatch, I'm sure Coach said it also, he's just a super high motor player that, you know, he's not the tallest. He's faster than you think. You know, not the biggest, not the tallest, not the longest. And he's just a high effort, high motor guy that's gonna outwork a person, right? And so, you know, he shows up and on the game Saturday, he did a really good job. So I'm happy for him, and you know that he's stuck around and seen this thing through. And like I said, he's a guy that he's not gonna give up his spot. You know what I mean? And somebody's just gonna have to take it from him because he's not giving it up. And when you have guys like that, you know, really that's kind of blesses your heart as a coach sometimes. That you know, you got to do it. But he also showed that he can certainly produce as well. He's not just a high motor guy that can't play. He's actually a high motor guy that can do some things too. Does
that style lend itself to I guess consistently producing like that, do you think, as your schedule obviously gets a little tougher?
Well, yeah, I guess, yeah, we'll see.
Right.
I guess we'll see. That's what he does every day, and that's what he brings every day to practice, every week. I think you know what you're going to get out of that guy. So I don't know that he can be a guy that's going to play 70 plays a game and think he's going to survive or is going to be the best for us. But so we try to, you know, feed him the right amount of playing time, you know, situational and things like that, where he can use his tools to, you know, have the best chance of success for him and us.
In terms of the skill guys for Illinois, who kind of stands out there to you?
Well, I think the running back's good. He's good. He's, you know, elusive and, you know, got some good movement and good vision. I think obviously the one receiver, number one. Sorry, I can't remember his name right now. Williamson. He's hope I didn't get his name wrong because then it'll come back to get me. But number one, he's good. I think they find a lot of ways to get him the ball. You know, give the ball to him. You know, get the ball to him on the perimeter and do some things with him. Try to create some space for him because he's very elusive and a very good athlete. And so he sticks out. They target him a lot. Third down, they kind of, you know, go to him a lot. Try to get first downs. But I think they've also got some, you know, some pretty big receivers, you know, taller guys on the outside that they can, you know, just throw the ball to sometimes, and they got a good chance of getting it. So I don't really know that they're weak anywhere. Like I said, they're a physical team that can do some other things as well. So they're not just a hand it off and mush it 3 yards kind of a team. They've got enough to what they do that you got to defend, you know, various things. But you know. At the end of the day, they are a physical team that's going to bring it, so we better make sure we're strapped up.
Anything else, Coach Borland?